welcome to Maker Monday. My name's Leslie and I lead the Reading Safari and Stream programs. And today we're going to be making a homemade volcano. To make a homemade volcano, you will need, first of all, something to be your volcano. For this one, I am using old Play-Doh that's almost dried out. You can use dirt, you can make a paper mache volcano. I prefer to go for simple and use what's on hand, which is why I'm using this Play-Doh. You will also need some measuring spoons. You will need some kind of tray because this gets to be kind of messy. You're going to need an empty pill bottle or maybe an empty baby food container, something small that can hold all of your it's going to end up being the baking soda and the vinegar and the soap. So just something small like this. You are going to need food coloring. I've got red and yellow here because that's going to make our lava look more real. And we have dish soap, we've got white vinegar and baking soda. So those are our materials. And now we're going to build our volcano. All right, so I'm starting to make my volcano. I'm gonna make it look like a mountain, obviously, because that is what volcanoes usually look like. So what you can do is you can either hollow it out with your finger, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick this pill bottle on top. This is what everything kind of goes into, and then I'm gonna put some more Play-Doh around it because I want it to be kind of super like mountainous, I guess. So I'm gonna do this, and as you probably all know by now, I'm not a person that feels like everything needs to be super perfect, so I'm totally fine with having a yellow volcano. So to me, that's not a big deal. For some of you, it might be a big deal, in which case, go ahead and make yours brown. But so look, we've got our volcano here. We got a nice, good opening here for everything to go in and hopefully everything to come out of. So next we're gonna mix up all of our ingredients. So to start with, to make our chemical reaction, we are going to start with our base. Now our base in this instance is baking soda. We're gonna take 2 tablespoons of baking soda and put it in there as best as I can. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of soap and for good measure we're going to add some food coloring, about 5 drops of each. All right, if you want to take a look inside our volcano, what we have so far, that's what it looks like inside. So next, we're going to measure out our acid, the vinegar. We need about 1 ounce, so I'm going to measure it out into this cup right here, and then we will see what happens when we add it to our volcano. We got our white vinegar all measured out. This is about 1 ounce, I think, give or take. And we're going to add it into our base. In the volcano, we're going to see what happens. So let's see what happens. Okay, so that wasn't much of an eruption. Wasn't nearly what I was hoping for. So I think that we should try maybe we try and mess with things a little bit, experiment a little, to see if we can get a stronger eruption. I have cleaned out my little pill bottle and put it back inside my volcano because we're going to try this again. This time I'm going to be not as precise with the measurements. For the baking soda, looks like about 1 spoonful I'm going to try with just 1 spoonful this time. I'm going to do just a little bit of soap. Okay, I'm not even going to bother to measure it. Then I'm gonna stir it up a little bit because what I noticed the last time is that there was a big glob of baking soda left over at the end. So I want to see if this can change things at all. I'm going to add the food coloring again. Give it another stir. Looks a lot more dry this time. Inside there. So we're gonna, you wanna check it out? That's what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna pour straight from this because I'm feeling brave. All right, so we're gonna add our acid and see what happens. Okay, all right, there we go. Definitely got more bubbles, more of a, for lack of a better word. We got kind of a bigger, more dramatic eruption there. I mean, not like super dramatic, not like going up in the air like you imagine that volcanoes do, but we do have a more dramatic volcano, which I think is pretty cool. So that was our homemade volcano experiment. There are other ways that you can experiment with how your volcano erupts. You could make a differently shaped volcano, so maybe one that's not as much of a peak, but maybe more like this. You could try messing with the temperature of the vinegar, so you could maybe chill it in the fridge for a few minutes, or maybe try heating it up. Maybe see if that affects things. You can try using more or probably maybe less, more or less baking soda, more or less dish soap, and just kind of see what happens. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, you use all these household items and you should have yourself a pretty darn cool volcano. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being with me. And I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.